Alright, welcome back to more Doki Literature Club. Last time, we finished up everything in Act 1 and began working on the side stories. We did part 1 of Respect and part 1 of Reflection. Today, we're going to go through some more of the side stories, starting with Understanding. So, yeah, let's just hop right on into it. Inside story. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monika and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monika. It's her, it's the girl! It's true, the girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monika leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door, but continues sitting against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail, containing her excitement. It's happening, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monika, and this is Sayori. I know you're on the literature club, even though it's just us so far, but... What's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monika. Sayori, Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monika. Fantasy is cool. Yes, have you heard Annabelle Dupont? Can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monika stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. Sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Oh man, my throat's already starting to kill itself. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True. Okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monika and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have like no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but that's more like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. My mini fridge keeps making popping noises. Which was a concern to me at first, but after looking more into it, it's just readjusting to the fact that winter is coming and it's fall right now. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Monika, don't you think you should be more optimistic? You have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty, I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. There we go. I muted myself while I tried clearing my throat a bit. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice, I'm probably going to need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breathing is slightly heavy, which, combined with her short time gone, indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Yeah, I got a pretty big book that I got quite a few pretty big books myself that like sit near my desk. I got this one here, H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu Mythos Tales. Because, of course, even if Lovecraft was a terrible person, I mostly end up do end up enjoying some of the stories Lovecraft writes, mostly just because I use them for inspiration for D&D. More so the monsters and shit, because I like being a DM that spooks the fuck out of my players. Because I'm a horrible person, what can I say? Yeah, yeah. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think, like, if we're going to be reading together, then I would like that... From across the room, Monika smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down and looks at her books and cuts around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault, as I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. Only found out because Yuri glances over at Monika. Monika came to my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. So stupid, I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was afraid that Monika told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. Wait, no, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just, like, walked out. I was actually really hoping that you'd come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too, such as there being too many people. Not that I mind much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you, which only came at the right time. That makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. I thought the literature club would provide me a chance for me to do that. What kind of things are you into? Like, genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Just things you would think are dumb. Sayori pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about... I'll tell you about something I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into. I suppose that would be okay. Okay, well, I'm pretty into, like, crafty things. Making cute little collages or decorating things, like cards or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, then I put it off to the last minute. Yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much, it's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So, I have to share something that I'm into now, right? Sayori nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monika, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me for now. I'm not. Oh yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities! Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri, I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. I like going out in the woods, to the park, just a place where you can walk, or sit, and not have any people around. It's peaceful. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I'd never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monika chiming in every now and then as well. Monika had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, you two going to be starting on that book the next club meeting? That's the plan. So excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monika with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monika are left in the clubroom. Sayori, you're a lifesaver. I didn't do anything, I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy toward other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kinda scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. And... yep, another school day ends. Following her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. She opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. It's club time again. Monika went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. Sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. Got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... You didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still... I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because... I know you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. But... if you like it so much, it must be worth sharing. I already decided I'll join the club, so don't try this so hard. You don't... So you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monika and I have just been working on recruitment stuff, mostly. It just sounded like something fun we could do together, reading your books. You know, like as a club activity. That would be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sayori pulls her desk against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayori reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. It's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh right, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? Yes, that's an effective strategy. Exactly, I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayori's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. Thinking about it, she decides that it probably was the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll help try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and a light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. But in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart, especially you. Oh. Sayuri rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayuri through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sayuri seems to have. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll definitely happen. But despite Sayori's expectations, Yuri elegantly guides her through it in a way such that it's fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. Fucking same. I am a huge sucker for world-building. I really am. It's like legit one of my favorite aspects of some stories. One of my favorite series of all time, which is my all-time favorite manga series, School Live. Like, there is tons of material that's in like the manga of like optional bonus material that helps further expand like the world lore and stuff, and it's really good and really cool. And I really love it. I love when, like, world building is a huge thing for me. It's also another reason why I really, really love the John Wick movies. Like, beyond all the action stuff, the really cool, really good action scenes, and the characterization, like, the character writing is also phenomenal. But, like, the world building is probably my favorite aspect of, the John Wick trilogy. Because, like, I love the whole, like, world building of the, like, underground, like, assassins and shit that's going on in it. And, like, it's so cool. I really love it. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. I'm a sucker for world building myself, so I try to do my best with world building. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. Things I write are like just putting down the feelings that come to my head, you know? This is like, must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, you're into poetry. I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. No way! Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's his heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sayori jots Yuri is patient into her notes. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. I relate very much to Sayori on that. Sayori flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. Then it becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. Silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Oh, well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayori turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Until now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now or the present? Where? Right here. Talking about the past, these paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes, as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. Honestly, same. I do that a lot. Last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and keep doing my best so I can see it the way that you do. Relaxation, Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. But, I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sayori is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. Should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. This book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. This is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she'd be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. With that, we got Yuri's redesigned quote, because we got her original artwork here, and then we have her plus artwork, which does look a lot better. A lot of the new artwork does look a lot better. Do we get anything else? We did not get any more pictures. We did get some new music. Lavender Mist. And I think that might be it. I think I'll stick with Dusk in the background though. But that's Understanding Part 1. So now let's move on to Balance. Natsuki! While Natsuki is messing with the orientation of her manga in the closet shelf, Sayori approaches from behind and pulls her into an embrace. What? Hi. Hi. The Literature Club has been in full swing since Natsuki joined. Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. Then Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monika has multiple literary interests, decided to focus her day on short stories. Finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy. It's a little help and encouragement from Sayori. After the week was spent on their presentations, Monika decided to give the club members this next week to really explore each other's literary interests. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far with Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsuki's manga collection. I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's like romance, drama, comedy, mystery. I like all of those things. Sayori reaches out and pulls a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover. Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes? You wouldn't like that one. In a panic, Natsuki snatches the book from Sayori's hand and places it on the shelf in a less conspicuous location. Natsuki. 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 Base Natsuki. gonna get over that. Natsuki, I don't think you should have that kind of thing in school. I mean, I guess you can't really keep it at home because your dad would. Yes, you're a fucking piece of shit dad. But like, oh Jesus. Okay, well, if you really have no preference, then let's just start with something that's easy to get into. A lot of these don't start to get really good until like a few volumes in, and I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. I can handle it. I did it with Yuri's book, at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Well, I'm kind of impressed by your attention span to put that much effort into her books. No, I have the attention span of a donut. But I love my friends and I can do anything if it's for them. Oh, okay then. Let's pick you something that even donuts can read. I didn't say I was a donut, I just said I had the attention span of one. Oh, you were just trying to call me sweet? You're so cute. No, how did you get to that conclusion? Don't call me that. A donut? Cute. How come? I just don't like it. I don't need a reason. Natsuki yanks a book from the shelf and closes the closet doors. Someone asks you to stop, and you just need to stop. People need to realize that. Yes! I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to hurt you. Nah, sorry, it wasn't you. Natsuki shakes her head while pulling a second chair over to her desk. Talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. I'm not gonna get over that she had what is, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, an ecchi manga, but... Cause... That's just really funny. Shouldn't this girl be wearing her clothes? You just immediately just... You wouldn't like that one. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. You're like, well, like a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. Still learned a valuable lesson. Sayori speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving the unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's the book, so just start whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously. Sayori looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out, like, well, you should just read it. You have to tell me what you think. I already guess you're gonna ship who you're gonna ship yourself with. It would be so funny if I'm right. Ship? I don't get it. Never mind. Let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think. Okay. Oh, okay. But, I'm pretty sure Natsuki might be bi. Which is very, very neat. I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too. Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, but we can do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, then I won't make you anything. No, it's just... Oh, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow. When the club meeting ends, and Natsuki and Yuri leave, Monika strikes up a conversation with Sayori. I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you. I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I just listen to her talk. She's so cute. I'm not sure if she meant I can't say that to her if I can't say that at all. Say what? Nothing. I am a woman of respect. But Natsuki is a woman of cute. Oh, I said it. What's so bad about that? I don't know. But, you know, there's one thing I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid Natsuki actually doesn't like me very much. Oh, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way? Well, I mean, just little signs, like how she only says hi to me after I say hi to her first. It only feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. She's like that when I brought up poetry. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. Maybe she's probably just shy, you know? Maybe. My stupid head has made me worry for no reason. It likes to do that. It's okay, try not to worry too much. Everything will be great. But you can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help. You're the best. Sayori gives Monika a quick hug. Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I love her and I want to get close to her. You got this. As the next club meeting starts, Sayori is the last one in as usual. Trotting into the room, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by herself, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there. Hi. What you reading? Can I read it with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle, there are spoilers. Besides, what about the one I gave you yesterday? Sorry, I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out, and it just came out yesterday, so... Oh, that's exciting. Well, I'll let you read it then. Can I sit next to you though? Sure. Sayori plops herself down next to Natsuki and pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath his thumb. Sayori sighed, only the light tapping noise of her pen meaning the paper can be heard. Time passes. Sayori's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw the stick figures and thought you were just bored. I just draw those when I'm thinking or waiting for inspiration. I made friends with them all. This one is sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public without everyone thinking she's a weirdo. And this one here has problems with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him. What the heck? You're the weirdo. Want to read the poem I'm working on? Sure, I guess. Sayori slides the paper over to Natsuki. Natsuki reads through the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. She slides the paper back over to Sayori. Do you ever feel weird just sharing all of your thoughts and feelings like that? Your poems are, like, really emotional. Is that bad? No, it's just an observation. I think people can get closer to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. Well, Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words. Doesn't that depend more on the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. To each their own. But I've never met anyone I'd feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am, so... Did you write poems? Never told me that, I just thought, you wrote other stuff. Yeah, that too, but you should... I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But, when we talk about something else... Sorry. It's not your fault, it just makes me uncomfortable, I can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. It's fine. Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. I should continue the book you gave me since I didn't get very far yet. Sure. Over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. It's Natsuki! Natsuki! Hi, Natsuki. Then at the one club meeting, Monika, who has become rather invested in Sayori's friendship mission, starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up. Since you've been finding time to spend with Sayori, she's pretty excited for a chance to read manga with you. Yeah. I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right? Yeah, mostly. Natsuki glances over her shoulder but doesn't reply further. What's on your mind? Nothing. I don't talk about people behind their backs. Oh. Natsuki falls silent, but she just visits instead of getting back to what she was doing, as though she wants to say more. It's okay to share your feelings. That's different from talking about someone behind their back, I guess. Just hate when people talk about me behind my back, so I'm better than and to do it to others. Monika shares a bright smile. You're really considerate. Thanks, I guess, but it doesn't feel like it. You can trust me. Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting. I just feel smothered sometimes. I'm not used to someone being, like, all over me right after we met. And it's fun to hang out with her, but I have no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become best friends with them. And, like, sharing everything about myself. That's not how it works. I just want to chill out sometimes. Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. It's fine. Why would you have? I know, it's just... I just feel bad about it. I know Sayori, so I should have realized. Monika navigates through her tinge of guilt, which has surfaced mainly due to her being the one who previously encouraged Sayori's behavior. Despite not knowing the situation, Monika can't help but feel a little responsible. Don't you want me to talk to her about it? I wouldn't like that. Well, I could, I don't know. Oh, I could, like, divert her into another kind of activity for you, or something. No way, that would be so underhanded and mean. Sorry, I didn't think that one through. Besides, just because I complained about it doesn't mean I'm asking for someone to solve my problems for me. True. I'm sorry. Guess I just instinctively want to try solve problems, even if I haven't been invited to. It's fine. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like it would make her just constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural. Well, I think if you do a good job expressing all your feelings, she'd totally understand. Sayori really wants to be the best she can for other people. Well, I think she would actually be happy if you want to improve your friendship with her. Maybe. It just feels so dumb talking to someone about how to be friends with them. It's just weird, not cool. Monica shrugs. It's the literature club. Then she mumbles through a stifled laugh. It's not the cool club. Hey. Sorry, that just tickled me for some reason. Look, I know that you're kind of in a tough spot, and that it's hard for you to really express yourself, but you've really demonstrated to me that you are great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. I think that's the most important part of being able to navigate through these things. So I believe that you'll find the right thing to do. Well, Natsuki instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find an excuse to do so. Thanks. Natsuki gathers her things, and she finishes her thought in a mumble. I'm so glad I joined the club, even if it's weird sometimes. Monica smiles, but Natsuki turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Monica knew what she meant. It made Monica feel like everything was going to be okay. Hey, new music. Hey, My Song Your Note. Hey, that's a reference to My Soul Your Beat. Nice. Oh, I got new mail. Character discrepancy. From libmusi, lmusi at mes.local to Untitled Mail Group to not use. Date Saturday, December 7th, 2019, 12:06 a.m. Subject character discrepancy. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. This makes me speculate that Monica's meddling is less clumsy than we think, because she would have had to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such limited and dissonant personality traits? Am I reading too much into this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info and observations on the anomaly of this character appearing. Metaverse Enterprise Solutions, libmusi, Engineer. So this happened, and then Rhea Vorte talked about the side stories, and then I've told us to have a nice weekend, that they'd arrange a meeting. Insecure directory. Oh, right, this. Meeting notes 1. Test. Yeah, okay. Enough of that. It's time for self-love. Let's begin. It's only been one day since Yuri's letter was delivered to Natsuki with Monika's help. Because Yuri chose not to attend the club meeting that day, she and Natsuki haven't faced each other since. I'm blanking a bit. Although it's only lunchtime, Yuri finds herself anxiously counting the hours until she'll need to face the outcome of her efforts, whether good or bad. And because the passing by of students was making her feel even more anxious, Yuri picked out the most secluded spot she could find to spend her lunch. Ooh, new background. Got a bunch of, a gate there blocking the way. No entry. Got a vending machine, soccer tryouts, bake sale. Music club concert. Because the staircase is under maintenance, no student would have any reason for coming here. Such a relaxing feeling to have a moment of solitude in the middle of a frantic school day. What are you doing here? Yuri grips her book with enough force to wrinkle the pages beneath the pressure of her thumbs. Well, what are you doing here? I just came to get a drink from the vending machine. The other one is out of the drink I like. Yuri notices Natsuki fitted with a few coins between her fingers. She nods, avoiding eye contact. Natsuki, also looking away, shuffles over to the vending machine. So quiet that every one of her movements seems to reverberate through the entire stairwell. After far too long, she finally receives her beverage, which she then fidgets with in place of the coins. Some kind of iced tea. Instead of leaving her right away, Natsuki just stands in place. She glances all around her. It's like way too quiet back here, it's creepy. I mean, that's not what I meant, really. I mean, it's totally cool that it's your thing or whatever. Like, I can see how it suits you, so... Not because I think you're creepy or something. I didn't mean that either. No, I'm just gonna stop talking. That seems like a good idea. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yuri finds herself attempting some words of comfort after hearing Natsuki stammer herself into dejection. Seemingly in response, Natsuki approaches the base of the staircase and hesitantly sits herself down near Yuri. Well, I can leave if you want. Yuri shakes her head. Natsuki twists the cap off her drink and takes a sip. Despite receiving Yuri's general permission, Natsuki doesn't say anything more. Yuri continues to read, or at least pretends to. So you just sit there for a long time. Tension seems to fade a little bit as time passes by. Even without any words, this seems to mean at least something, though it's not clear what that may be. Lunch ends more quickly than expected. Natsuki is the first to stand up with her empty drink bottle. Are you coming today? To the club? Yuri nods. I'm sorry for being so awkward. I'm really bad at talking about this stuff. I just can't, for some reason. Don't know why. But I want to, eventually. There's no rush, I promise. Thanks. Hey, they're bonding more. It's the next day. Natsuki appears from around the corner and steps up to the vending machine, glancing at Yuri as she does so. Today, she seems to be holding some kind of book as well. Oh, you're here again. Well, I just came here to read this because there aren't any people around here. Oh? I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Well, I don't. But there's no people here. I see. Natsuki sits down. But it feels much different today than it did yesterday. After yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other again. Although Yuri's letter is still lingering in the back of Natsuki's mind, she continues to detour around it. It's okay that I'm here? Yeah, I don't care. Mostly just don't feel like dealing with the crap I get from my friends about it. Especially since, like, I'll just assume I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. Not that I'm trying to hide from them exactly, but I don't want it to come up again now after I've waited so long for this new volume to come out. It's actually months at this point. You don't have other friends who are into manga? Not unless online friends count. Sayori, but that's different because she's not exactly into it, she just likes it. You know what I mean? Honestly, you're lucky that the books you're into at least just look like books, so you don't have to feel like everyone's constantly judging you by what you're reading. That would be so awful, especially since I already hate attention so much. Well, it's a good thing I have thick skin, I guess. By the way, I totally recommend finding some friends online if you haven't already. If you're like me and have no one else to share your hobbies with. Oh, I have online friends. Since middle school, actually. I was especially desperate back then. It's somewhat embarrassing to reminisce about those days. Sometimes I feel like the me from a few years ago would have benefited from a good smack across the face. Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel like that too. Whatever, we're all just stupid kids back then anyway. Some of the fanfics I wrote, thank God I used a pseudonym. But I liked it at the time, I got a lot of fulfillment out of it. Plus, I can look back and say with confidence that I've become a better person since then. So I don't think I would change anything. Wonder if a few years from now we'll think the same about our current selves. Probably. That doesn't make you uncomfortable? No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me, especially someone who doesn't even exist yet. Alright, here. Natsuki raises her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. That's me from the future coming to terms with me right now. Also, ow! I did not mean to hit that hard. Yuri doesn't seem to react, but then, to Natsuki's surprise, Yuri shyly looks the other way before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. She turns red and stares into her lap, but is unable to hide a smile, as though it was a really funny joke. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Didn't know you had it in you. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe I thought it would be funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. Said you were looking for to reading, but I keep going on about all this nonsense. I'll let you just get to your reading. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. The conversation ends quickly and Natsuki opens her book. Two read silently for the remainder of the lunch hour. The whole time, Yuri feels distracted by a twist of regret over having so abruptly forced the end of their conversation. They're bonding more, it's great. Oh hey! Another day. You're back. Yeah, I'm here to lay low again. Another day has passed. During lunchtime, Natsuki finds herself having wandered to the stairwell once more. Hey, did you buy that? Yuri not Yuri. Fucking hell. I almost said Yuri Natsuki's. Natsuki quickly notices a bottle of iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding eye contact. What? Like for me? You didn't know I was coming here today. What if I didn't show up? Well, I mean I would have drank it myself, I guess. It was a stupid thing to do. No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought, never mind. What I meant to say is thank you. It's a really nice gesture. It's okay if you don't feel that way. I do. It was the other things that I didn't mean. I swear, please believe me. Yuri pauses and nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot too, so I believe you. Natsuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes the drink. Knowing Yuri, she was probably overthinking it so much that Natsuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please don't feel obligated. I want to. I want to do nice things too. Okay. Thank you. You can thank me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it then too. Natsuki sighs. Nothing. Just reminds me how I haven't been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, no, not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. There are just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch lately. I like being around them when we're all just having fun, but they also just can't take anything seriously. So when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, then their attitudes really get on my nerves. It's only gotten worse ever since I joined the literature club. How come? I don't know. I feel like I used to be really good at just putting up with it because it would be so stupid to cause drama over a joke I didn't like or something. But I just have a hard time doing that lately. But it's my fault for being overly sensitive. If I have a problem, I'm not gonna demand for everyone around me to change. But yeah, I know. Monika and Sayori really don't agree with that kind of thing. But they're not in my position, so it's easy for them to say you should just communicate your feelings or whatever. It's not like my friend group does that kind of thing. I'd just be making an embarrassment of myself. Sorry, none of this has to do with you. I don't know why I'm talking about it. It's okay. I like listening. What? Listening to other people's problems? Yes. That's weird. Sorry. I just like learning about people. Do you think it's weird? No, that's not weird. I probably just misunderstood, so... I don't know. Does that mean I should keep going? If you'd like. Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now. What are some things you like, that you like about your friends? A lot of things. I mean, they're really fun to hang out with, like after school and on the weekends. And they really like my baking. It's fun to complain about school together. Make me laugh a lot, and we have a lot of good memories and inside jokes. Oh, I'm bad at a lot of those things. So? Are those all things that are important to you? Well, kinda, but they're not things I need to get out of everybody. Everyone in the club is really different from that, but I'm still friends with them too. Well, Sayori really likes your baking, and she makes you laugh. She complains a lot. Doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me? How about you don't talk that way about my friends that you don't know anything about? Natsuki stands up. No, wait. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Natsuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine. As long as you understand, you can't just judge people like that. I'm sorry. Natsuki sits back down. You can't just compare friends like that and, like, measure who's better than who. Everyone's different. I'm sorry, I just don't like people who want to hurt you. A moment of silence stretches between them. Then, they don't want to hurt me. They just like to tease each other about stupid things. It's fun. I don't like that. Well, that's why I'm friends with them and you're not. You like it? Just don't worry so much about me. It's not worth it. I'm sorry. Wish I knew how to help with social conflicts, like how Monica can. She's good at these things. Not really. Also, I don't always want help. Sometimes it's just stuff I have to deal with myself. That's what Monica and Sayori never seem to understand. Sometimes all you do is look at them wrong and they're like, "Oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" I just want to mind my own business sometimes and decide myself if I want to talk about things. The only one who understands that is you. So you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think. Oh, you don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it makes sense that someone who doesn't talk a lot would make a good listener. Thank you. You're also nice. It's really hard for me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought of myself as someone who can't just say whatever's on my mind. I feel like that only works when I'm annoyed or upset or I want to say something mean. Why am I like that? I don't have to answer that. I'm just talking to myself. Usually nods and remains silent. Natsuki notices her fidgeting with the pages of her book. How come you like reading so much? Oh, well, a lot of reasons. But I just get sucked into it so easily. It's so immersive, like I want to be part of it. I think there are a lot of things about people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated. Especially when it comes to following social conventions and group interactions. I just don't really understand it and have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. I always want to be around the characters. I feel such a strong emotional connection with them in ways that I've never felt with real people. So, in that way, it can sometimes feel more real than real life. Really? It's that hard for you to be around people, like, all the time? Fairly often, especially in group settings. When people are making all kinds of conversation and saying jokes and all of that, I don't know what to do and I just disengage. Oh, that doesn't get lonely? I don't think so. I can still enjoy spending time with people one-on-one, and I have online friends too, of course. Do you ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books? All the time. Sometimes so badly that it makes my heart ache. Yeah, me too. Really? A lot. Like, more than anything. After Natsuki mutters that, silence filled the stairwell once more. But it's a mutual silence. One full of understanding. I really liked that one! Oh, I really liked that one a lot! That one was so good! Hey, we finally got this now. Ooh. We got the protagonist if he was a real character. I probably got that from that email. From the Lib Musi email. Side stories. We now have Self-Love Part 2 unlocked. Okay. I think that's gonna be it for today's episode. We got through 3 of the side stories. Next time, we're gonna tackle, the part 2s for the side stories we've already done. At least some of them. And then, yeah, I feel like, okay, I think I figured out what I want to do. Next time, if possible, I want to get through part 2s of Understanding, Respect, Balance, and Reflection, unless the part 2s are super long. So that way that the last episode of Side Stories is going to be Self-Love and Trust. So, if they are super long, I might stick to 2 per episode. With the exception of Self-Love and with the exception of the last one being Self-Love and then all of Trust. But yeah. I think this is where I'll end it today. I'm enjoying the side stories very much. They're very interesting and give like much more retrospect and building of the characters. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you really want to. And I suppose I'll see the... Oh, right. I can actually say this for once. I kinda set up a Patreon. Not like it's gonna get used or anything, because fucking no one watches my shit anyways. Like, maybe 2-3 people max watch my content, so I mostly just set it up for potential future endeavors, but I do have it. I doubt anyone watching is gonna want to do anything about it, but I doubt anyone would want to support my shitty ass content, but it's there. It is there. Mostly for if I ever do get bigger. Which probably will never happen, but I'm gonna still keep chugging along because I like doing this, even if no one really gives a shit about me or my content or knows who I am. I still like doing this. I have fun with it. But yeah, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit if you want to, and see those of you that I'll see next time, I suppose. Farewell.